Hey, hey, hey. Wow, did I just hey you? Hey, no, hey you. All right, we're gonna have to cut that out. We'll start over. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. We're gonna have a little fun. This is kind of wild, and if you think things are gonna change, they are not going to change, but we'll be a little lighter with this one, as you can see here. Atlanta Dream, it's official. Get ready for an unforgettable home opener versus the Indiana Fever at State Farm Arena. So they are moving their game from their little rinky dink, like 3,900 seat arena to the NBA State Farm Arena, which seats, I believe, about 18,000, 17, 18,000, something like that. So they have decided to move that home opener. But before you get it twisted, folks, it has absolutely nothing to do with the team they're playing. It has absolutely nothing to do with a particular player on the team they are playing. No, no, no. You can see here the majority owner, Larry, not going to say the name. However, due to a scheduling conflict at Gateway, so apparently Caitlin Clark is now known as scheduling conflict. We saw an opportunity to bring this exciting early season matchup to State Farm Arena, allowing even more fans to experience it. We appreciate the hospitality. Well, if you had so many fans and everything was always so exciting and it had nothing to do with Caitlin Clark Kent, aka scheduling conflict, why won't you permanently move your games to another arena has the ability to hold more people than my extended family? Have you considered that, Larry? Ugh, I don't know. I'll mess that up and YouTube won't like what I say. That's a mouthful, so to speak. Yeah, so couple of things about this. First, I thought this was kind of funny and shout out. I don't know who this is, but I'm going to give him a shout out for finding this obsessive runner. Schedule conflict, my backside. So they went to Gateway Center Arena tickets. As you can see, all events and add-ons. May 22nd, the date of this game. No upcoming events. We're sorry. We couldn't find any upcoming events at Gateway Center Arena. Please hang up and call again. Oh man, that is absolutely wild. It is, again, see, they are incapable of giving. I've never seen anything like this. It is the weirdest thing in the world with the WNBA. They're incapable of giving any credit at all to the extra eyes they've gotten to Caitlin Clark. Now, let's just, before I get into a little more, I just want to remind everyone about this. I'm only going to play about literally like a 6-second clip. For those who haven't seen this video, I'll try and remember to link it in the description. Atlanta, it's one of my most popular videos, so you might enjoy it if you haven't seen it. Atlanta Dream owner demonizes Caitlin Clark fans. It's our league. And then you'll hear what else she has to say. I'll play this clip. Renee Montgomery, of course, is a former player who, about 4 or 5 years ago, when there was stuff going on, the Atlanta Dream owner made it clear she wanted her players to focus on, their job of playing basketball instead of politics. And she actually got forced out of ownership. And Renee, I don't know what she has, like 0.00001091% of ownership of the Atlanta Dream, maybe. But this was during the season last season, talking about Caitlin Clark fans.
That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay?
You got that? That's you, Atlanta. And you can see in her comment, Caitlin Clark is an owner of a team in a league that loses millions every single year on a podcast demonizing the fans that might make it possible for the league to actually make money, which would mean more money for the players, which, as a owner and former player, you think Renee might care about that, but no, she says, I address Caitlin Clark's stands. And as you know, if you've been around long enough, stan is used, at least in my opinion, as a insult okay, not a compliment. And then she says, a hit dog will holla. No, Renee. And by the way, she goes on this way. You can watch the video. There's other stuff, but she goes through the usual list of how the fans act, and they're this ist and that ism, and the unaliving threats that players are getting, which no one ever produces. Although Caitlin Clark actually had a real life stalker who got arrested, but the rest of the stuff they never produce anything. So she went on and on and on about that. And yet, somehow, she's willing to move to a bigger arena to take your money. And that is kind of the big thing here. Can't give Caitlin Clark any credit whatsoever. Completely demonizes her entire fan base that could make the WNBA viable, but is absolutely going to move games in order to make money off of those same fans. They hate you, but they will take your money. They will call you the most vile things, but they will take your money. This is absolutely disgusting hypocrisy by people like Renee Montgomery, and that is why I'm calling it out. I know people say, "Oh, why are you giving the time of day?" I'm sorry, but this stuff needs to be pushed back on. We're seeing it again and again. They everyone, everyone knows this game is being moved because of Caitlin Clark Kent, not scheduling conflict. 100%. They moved it last year, and then when they sold out and they set a record attendance for the Atlanta Dream, they celebrated it as if it was something that they achieved instead of the truth, which is Caitlin Clark showed up, and that's why they were able to do that instead of playing in front of the 12 fans that they actually have. And this on here, just some of the reactions, and this is what I mean. Everyone knows it. This is just a tweet about the same thing about what the majority owner said with the scheduling conflict. And of course, it's called the Caitlin Clark effect. Sure, it was. Scheduling conflict, that's the Clark effect. Interestingly enough, they must have had scheduling conflicts for their games against the Fever last season also. Twilight Zone strange. Jeebus, can't they just admit that she's the face of the league and completely responsible for the surge in popularity? It's okay. Tiger, Gretzky, Tyson, Bird, Magic, Jordan. Every league has its moments. Only the effing WNBA tries and fight it. And another example I just thought of that they didn't even mention there is when you get big time soccer players that maybe towards the end of the career, they can't quite play the minutes against the competition level in the top leagues, and they come over to MLS as sort of their swan song. Most recently, Lionel Messi. I never ever hear now. I'll hear fans complain about the price of tickets to get an opportunity to see those players that they never otherwise would get to see, but I never hear players in the league and owners going after the player, like say Lionel Messi, or going after the fans who will show up to see Messi that might have never been to an MLS game before. It is absolutely bizarre. It's this deep seated insecurity, jealousy, narcissism, entitlement, whatever you want to call it. It is all there for people like Renee Montgomery. It is absolutely bizarre. I'm tired of it. I'm going to keep calling it out. I think it's disgusting. I think the hypocrisy is ridiculous. I think people like Renee Montgomery need to get out there and apologize for their behavior and what they've been doing and saying this past year or so at this point. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really, really do appreciate it. It helps out tremendously. Got like 1,200 likes on that video. Again, I'm going to try and remember to link this below if you haven't seen it. But yeah, this one, Atlanta Dream owner demonizes. This thing got like 1,200 likes, and I mean, I think you might like it if you haven't seen it. I'm gonna leave it there. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you later.